Shout out to everybody traveling, man. Um, Let me drink all the haters real quick. Crabs in a barrel. You already know. Um, but it's crazy, yo. When people, um, shout out to everybody buying these shirts, man. I got a couple sales. That's it. So, thank you. Thank you for the donations. Last stream, Patrick, shout out to you. He's out there in Brazil right now. Shout out to him. He was on the plane yesterday. He's landed. He's settled. Um, so let's talk about that, bro. Let's really delve into it. Let's really delve into it. Now, I get when cats first leave the country. I get it. I get when cats first, and people don't know what that feeling is like. Especially if you didn't leave the country until you was like, psh, if you didn't leave till you was in your 40s, you definitely know, like, it does something to you, right? Just D, what up? Shout out to her. It's on a whole different level. Like, it's hard to explain. Um, but let me try to explain it with words. You know we're limited with words, but um, I know dudes that's about to leave the country for the first time. I know guys that have never gone anywhere, um, and they went to like a neighboring country, like they think Alaska is somewhere, they think Canada is somewhere. Those aren't. That's not what we're talking about. And it's definitely even more. It gets more intensified the further you go. So if you go on 5,000 miles or more, the intensity is real crazy. 4,000 miles, it gets intensified. 7,000, 6,000 miles. You got to transfer to like 4 different airports. It's crazy, right? Um, some of the guys who've been listening to me for years haven't gone out the country yet, so I don't have any faith that they'll go anywhere. I don't even. Our conversations about travel are limited, and that's just real talk. Because most of the fellas that we know, when you can't talk to them about going out the country, is like crazy, right? Um, it's like, yo, the first time I like, let's just take like the first time I've been with a woman, it was, I think, it was about 18 and a half, right? 18. My first trip off the porch was Brazil, yeah. Um, it was 18 and I wasn't nervous at all. It was like, yo, I was set to go. When you talk about losing, well, men can't lose, but you get what I'm saying. My first time poking something, I wasn't nervous, not at all. Mr. Double G's, what up? I was set to go. I was ready to go. I was ready to go in. That's how I've always been all my life. Like I'm like, if I'm gonna get into something, I'm gonna go in. Um, but other cats are not like me. They don't have that aggressive nature. They don't have that appeal. Um, they just don't rock like that, you know. So it's like a little different for me. Very, very different. Cause I went in. Y'all saw I booked my ticket, $2,800. Hurry up and push myself out there. Met Leia, did the Tinder thing. That's why I'm just a master at Tinder. People call me a master at Tinder. Online dating, period. Um, Even when I went on Brazilian Cupid, I smashed it out, and I escaped the whores on there. But but anywhere I go, I just go in, right? And I maneuver. You know how you get in the car and you know your first time driving, you're nervous. I was like, yo, pops, hand me the keys. You stay there. If I'm doing something wrong, guide me. But I got this. I got this. Um, so it was like it was different for me, right? Plus I was bigger and taller than most, so it was definitely different, right? Um, he said, "Can you break down what you pack on your?" Yeah, yeah. I was gonna do a video on that, but last time I did a video on my other channel, it didn't get any views. So I never did a video like that again. Like when we do these money talk videos, I don't really do those. If you really want to learn that, you'll come to consultation. I don't really do particular videos for a reason. Because if cats really want to learn, they'll come really delve into those questions. But we'll get into packing in a second, because I pack light. I pack light. If y'all see how I pack, y'all gonna be like, that's all for 2 weeks? So with that being said, so when I got out, I was just gone. Y'all know I booked my 2800. Y'all heard my story. Y'all read it in. Some of y'all read it in the books with me and Leia and all that good stuff. So y'all know the story already. Ooh, that's gonna burn. That's gonna burn. So y'all know the story already. But other than that, I was ready to go. But a lot of cats aren't like that. Cats get nervous. I think some people over gather information. Like going into this a certain place for first, I was ready to go to Europe. They wouldn't even let me on the plane. I was so adamant. I was like, yo, y'all gonna let me on here? They was like, no, you're not. We're gonna have to call the police in a second if you don't get out this airport. They wouldn't let me go to Europe a few weeks ago. Y'all remember that incident? I booked like 3 flights. They wouldn't let me go because I'm always just going in. Like I just go. So, but you got the people who are not like me. They're reserved. And to me, a lot of those people, like, they gather too much information. They want too much information about a particular place. And then it's like that's when danger sets in for those type of people, right? When you're too laxed, or when you try to think, like, you start busting out in nervousness, and that's when you act up, or you make a misstep in many of these countries. That's why I tell people, don't gather too much information. Gather enough information to keep you safe, your money, have different avenues. We'll break all that down. But I tell them, just leave it after that. But some people don't know because they're so nervous. It's like something about their butterflies or something, and they don't know how to handle it. Like, I've seen people going out the country, and then they act like this towards certain places. Like, when I went to Cuba, most people were scared to go. Most people I know, they was like, yo, they gonna keep us there. They gonna lock us. And I was like, I'm hearing all, and these people are well-traveled, been leaving the country before me. But Cuba made them nervous. It created this nervous itch in them. And it was like they traveled all over again. So don't believe the hype where you see dudes on videos and they going, nah. A lot of those guys are nervous going to these countries. They just not gonna tell you that, right? A lot of these ladies are nervous. They not gonna tell you that. So they's like, yo, you going over there? I'm like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I forgot who y'all speaking to. My name is Yes Jonas. It's not whatever your name is. Because if you take the precautions, whatever's gonna happen after that is gonna happen. Now, can you avoid certain situations? Yeah, just don't go. Just don't go. But to go out there, man, was a beautiful experience. I wasn't nervous or anything. I was walking down the streets at 3 a.m. Y'all saw me. Y'all saw the videos that I put out on my channel that I deleted. I was walking down the street at 3 a.m. I'm walking throughout all the blocks, having fun with the people, going to bars late night, chilling with them, not away from the tourist area. I wasn't like in the central part of Cuba and Havana. I went to the outskirts and walked with the people and walked amongst the people and ate with them. And so now, is there some areas you need to avoid? Period, anywhere? Yes. Just ask questions to the person that you rent the Airbnb to. But you guys gotta just let it go. Just like, if you nervous, if you building up that nervousness, if you bring somebody with you, save up enough money to pay their way to go with you. So that the way it could be 2 of you guys there, or 2 of you girls there. It doesn't matter who I'm speaking to. But if you make these missteps and stuff like that, and packing, I'm glad Alton asked that question, because packing is very important for you to be comfortable. Packing. Just something as little as putting a bag together adds to your nervousness or anxiety or anything like that. So what I pack, let me tell you, y'all seen my video on my last channel, all those who've been rocking with me for years, all you newcomers who think I just came around, I haven't, because you see the numbers on my channels are low. But that's why y'all got to share the video so we can keep getting this information out. But what I do is I get the largest carrying bag you can get that holds the largest computer or laptop, right? I get that. I grab one of those bags, I order it online. And what I do is I say, okay, I'm gonna be there for 7 days. I know for a fact that me traveling, I'm already have on some clothes, right? So that eliminates 6 days worth of clothes. That's just one day. And again, certain areas you can wash it, certain Airbnbs have washing machines. You can operate like that, get somebody to do it for you. If you got a girl out there, if you a lady, do it yourself. If you have a man out there and he's gonna do it, I doubt it, but get him to do it. But so here's the thing. I roll up everything. That's the key to packing correctly. You roll up everything. Like how you know to roll the army roll, you got to do it like the military roll. You must do it. Roll up everything. Don't roll your socks together because that's creating room. Your socks are thin and they flat. Just lay those. I don't care if nobody buys it. I buy it. So I buy all of my gear and I order fresh new t-shirts. All of them. Even if I rock, even if you see me on camera with the same black shirt on, you think it's the same shirt, but I done ordered about 5 of them for this trip. 4 of them, 3 of them, depending on how many. I have 2 shirts for each day. And I'll bring like 2 pair of shorts. One in solid colors, one in black, one in blue if I like blue, one in white if I like white, or whatever's gonna match to your shoes or anything like that. Your goal is to stay inconspicuous. So if you're going to these countries, you know it's more, you don't want to stand out, don't, like, if you staying in a resort, cool. If you're staying in like a high-end area where nobody can enter there, that's different also. So you can wear the extravagant things or anything like that. And then just have on, I have one go out set of like a button up or a button up that's long sleeve, but you know how you roll it up and you got the button on the side that you can button. I'll order, have one of those pair of solid blue jeans, and I'm cool. I'm cool. And that's all I bring. I bring the shoes that I'm wearing in the airport, and I bring the shoes that I'm going to be rocking on the beach if it's a beach town. If it's not a beach town, then I'm just going to bring a pair like just go out shoes and whatever I'm wearing to the airport. That's all I do. I bring an extra pair of shorts and an extra pair of shirts, something that I know I'm going to want to swim in, or like y'all seen my Brazilian shorts I wore in the videos. So something like that, packing like to where you don't have to worry about gear, you don't have to worry about anybody focus on you, because again, you've done so much research, you know what to bring. Roll everything. Roll everything. And then call ahead if you want an iron, call ahead and ask that hotel, no matter what country, do they provide irons? Most of the time they do. If the Airbnb, most of the time they do. If they don't, call ahead of time. You've done so much research, hell, you can do that. But this is all I'm saying to you. Packing is very important. It absolves you of nervousness. Having things set aside early and put in your bags, it removes the nervousness that you will have. A lot of that anxiety built up. So your only concern is going to this country for the first time and focus on what you're going to eat, your particular diet, what places can you go. Look up places ahead of time. I told you a dating strategy, right? And I told this a long time ago. So I told you, yo, if you dating a chick, right, you taking her to a certain restaurant or she knows plenty of restaurants, learn the menu before you get there. So if you're meeting a chick for the first time, you don't know if what she's about. She could be cool, she could not be cool, but then let's just say she's cool when you get there. She's rocking with you. That's your guard dog. You should have learned the menu in her language so that way you can feel comfortable about what you're ordering, and that will make her think, and everybody around her, make her think, because you never know if she knows somebody in that restaurant, they think that you know their language. that'll trip them out. Like, look at all of the stores around your Airbnbs and hotels. Figure a restaurant. And some people are going to do this to make themselves look good in Portuguese when we go on this trip soon. So I know what they're going to do. Because I'm giving them this and they're going to use it for that. So it's just a trick that I put people up on that works. Learn all of the restaurants in where your Airbnb is. Learn their menus. Look up their menus online. If you know somebody living in that town and you don't see a menu online, tell your boy who's in that town that you know, yo, go down there and grab it. If you ever down there, please take a picture of that menu and send it to me. Or do stuff like that, bro, if you're gonna be nervous. So packing it will absolve that. Learning the location of different restaurants, will handle all of that. Knowing what you eat and don't eat. Knowing that you got, like, because there's restaurants in Brazil, I'm going to be real with you. There's restaurants in a lot of these places, except many of those, like Tanzania, I don't think they would do that because it's like a Muslim country. But if you go to certain restaurants in Brazil, they'll still put pork in your food. Or they're cooking with something that they already cooked with pork in it. So you gotta be like on point. Red Pill Chauvinist, what's up? Shout out to him, man. He got that book, Hack Her. Go support him. Hack Her. So it's online. He's telling y'all them dating tips out here in America. So if you operate like that, man, you'll understand that. You'll understand it. You'll be like, oh man, I get what he's saying. And then it'll absolve you from everything you want and need or don't need to be nervous about or build up anxiety for. So that's what I do. I go do that. I know what drinks I want. I know what I want to try. I know everything. Every trip, I know exactly what I want to do. And I put it ahead of time. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. So it's a good opportunity for a lot of you to those are some good crabs. All the haters. So that's a good tool. That's a good trick to do. And I got some more tricks, but I don't give out this information a lot online. Some of the stuff I keep away from the internet because I know, you know what happens. So, but this is basic information that a lot of you guys can utilize before you go on that trip. And another thing, stop calling everybody asking them their opinion. I want you, if you're going out the country for the first time, you've never been out the country, or you're going to a country for the first time, stop calling everybody and asking them. Like, that gets aggravating. I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people be like, yo, they don't even want to answer your call. You like, damn, they will answer my call, now they don't, because it's overwhelming. Because you got to do a lot of due diligence stuff. And let me tell you a trick for you people that's going to countries for the first time or traveling out the country for the first time. This is what you do. This is what people respect, right? You go gather all the information and write it down. The problem with you, many of you don't like writing that stuff down. Like my grandfather always told me, a short pencil goes further than a long memory any day. Let me repeat that. A short pencil that you're going to write stuff down go further than a long memory any day, because it's going to forever be on that piece of paper while you're still trying to remember, and new things are bombarding your mind daily. So my grandfather always told me, keep a book on you, keep a pad on you, always keep a pad on you. You always see, yes, you always got a pad on me, always, right? When we're not at the beach areas or chilling, but in regular day, everyday life, I always got a pad on me, taking down notes. That's why I remember so much, because I take down so many notes. And but if you guys understand this, go get all the information, gather all the information. Just gather a whole bunch of information. And then if you got somebody who's well traveled, because you haven't gone out the country yet at all, right? Or you got somebody who's traveled to a certain place so many times and you know they know information, wait. Don't bombard them. Say, yo, Let me gather, yo, I heard this about this area, I heard this about this area, I heard this about this area. Go look up videos yourself and then come back. Don't come back as if you know, because then dudes, you know how we do. Don't come back as if you know. Come back to learn. Yo, have you learned about this place or whatever? Well, I heard about that. If that person don't hear about it and you know they well, and they say, well, that area is kind of dangerous, stay out of there. Don't try to go over there to prove a point, right? Don't try to go prove a point. But if that person heard about it and they want to rock with you, you know what's up. You know what's up. So if I was you all, I'll do it like that. Because if you come back and you trying to correct a person or do anything like that, the person just gonna shy away from you and say, bro, I see this all the time. I get calls about this all the time because we all travel. And y'all need to understand that a lot of dudes got a lot of egos. Even the guys that, but these are the guys that you want information from about many of these countries. I don't care if it's Philippines. You don't want to go to that person and say, oh, yo, no, you're wrong. And this person got videos where they would chill. You like, huh? I was in the Philippines less than a year ago. What the? Okay, so be it. That's most of the dudes I know. That's how they operate. They're like, all right, I ain't gonna. If you got the information, cool, and they leave it alone. So that's how many of you must be. Melvin, what up, bro? That's how you must be. So go gather the information yourself and bring it as if you still, yo, you heard about this? Well, this is what they said on this video. Is this true? No. All right, well, I don't know about that. Well, and then move on. Don't try to break it down and explain it to the person that's gone there. Move on. Just move to the next. Keep that for you. Keep that in your arsenal. So if you can go past whatever you're looking at or visit whatever you're looking at, that's cool. But don't force the issue. So we got into food. We got into packing. We got into asking questions. Now, another thing, right? For all you, here's another thing. Don't bombard yourself with the language so much. Because when you get there, it's going to be too overwhelming. Because the way the locals talk, the videos on YouTube, no. You're not going to be able to ascertain so much information so quickly. So over time, just have patience. We talked about patience the other day. Have patience. Have so much patience that you have so much patience that just slowness is too fast for you. That's what you need to do. Have so much patience that your slowness is too fast for you. Your mind shouldn't be moving so rapid in South American country unless you're going through an extreme situation. So, Jay Clyde, what up, bro? Mark B, what up? So that's what you do. That's what you do. Because your mind, see, you're nervous about going to that particular country or traveling out the country for the first time. You got so much on your plate now mentally. DMR the Traveler, what's up, man? So you got so much on your plate mentally that you want to absolve yourself from trying to bombard yourself and pack your brain with so much of the language. Because when you get there, you're going to be laughing and you're going to make mistakes. So you're going to make mistakes. So don't try to force them to be so geeked out on learning information that it bombards you. It's like, yo, let it flow. Most of the people I know, they speak the language better when they have a drink. Like, I talk to somebody, they don't know not one bit of Spanish, not one bit of Portuguese, not one bit of Chinese, not one bit of Swahili. And then as soon as they get that drink, because again, it relaxes them. When you relax and calm and chill, everything comes easy. But when you're intense, everything becomes intense. So, you say you're trying to make it happen. I'm trying to make it happen too, bro. So you got to remember that. So just relax on the language, let it come to you. Let it flow to you. Because I told you what I did, and I meant it. And I was on the phone with a Brazilian earlier, and a new one. And she was like, man, your Portuguese is good. And I was like, no, I'm speaking to you through a translator. And she thought I was serious. And then I was like, no, I'm just joking. And she started laughing. But But just let it come to you, yo. So when you get in these countries, everything will flow. Everything will be cool. Everything will be relaxed. And then you'll be like, damn, I see what Yesh is talking about. Yo, I'm cool. It seems like I speak it more. It seems like it might be hard for me to understand certain things. You know what helps you with locals? Gestures. That's what a lot of things help with most of the dudes who are trying to learn the language, gestures. So if I say, well, I don't want to practice, but you know, if I say if the person is trying to say grab the chair and sit down, if the person says it, grab the chair and sit down, and saying it a second time as he's pulling the chair to you, then your brain automatically computes his action to what he's asking you to do or telling you to do. You see how that works? So it's easier for you to ascertain information if you're in that environment. So you see yourself getting in that environment, you're like, damn, I feel like I know the language already. Yeah, because the person is helping you learn by giving you activities. Or a person puts something up to your face, they like, taste this in their language, but you don't know they're saying taste this, but they're putting it up to your, and again, so you start picking up the language more, especially the way the locals teach it. So it's never going to be the same as if you were in that environment, never. Bro, you gotta get in the environment, you'll see, you'll pick up the language even better. So one of my people said, "Póngalo aquí," and I'm like, "Póngalo aquí, póngalo aquí, póngalo aquí, póngalo aquí." So I was like, and then I got it. Oh, she was like, "Put that here." You see what I'm saying? So I was like, "Oh, okay." So like you still like when you in these environments, that's why they can't contest us dudes who don't just do one thing when we go out the country, because they like, damn, I hate that he's teaching these fellas something different. I want them to just be on this one way. Nah, this not a one way doctrine. Nah, we are overarching doctrine, and we touch all avenues, all bases. So, but real talk, you guys will get it. It'll work out. It'll be like mind altering when you see, like, yo, it's coming to me. And the more you go to that country, the more it comes. The more you're in the environment, the more it comes. Mosquitoes are tearing me up, boy. I forgot that off when I was out earlier. But you start picking it up. And I'm telling you, it works. And especially if you want to hear how they sound. See, I could tell you all day. With my American accent, my Anglo mind, I can tell you all day. But when you hear from the locals, it's a lot different. Because our brains are anglicized because we learn English, so it's a difference. So we got to remove that. But all of these languages come from Europe, regardless, all of them. But if you know how to maneuver and how you say certain things backwards, like it's like a backwards approach to it, then it comes to you quicker. So just let it come to you, yo. When you go out to these countries, let it come to you, and always tell whoever you're speaking to in that language, show me. Like, always say that, show me better than you can tell me. Show me. Don't be scared to let them show you. Stop saying, I always see dudes, they don't know what the locals be saying. We be there chilling, right? And they don't know what the locals be saying. They be like, yeah. They don't know what the locals said, and I was there to prove it. I was like, man, do you know what he said? Yeah, I know what he said. And I said, what did he say? And it's not what the local said. So stop saying, yeah. Just say, show me. That's all you got to do, show me. Whatever show me is in Swahili, say that. Whatever show me is in Portuguese, say that. Whatever show me is in Spanish, say that. If you're going over to Ukraine or Czech Republic and you want to speak Czech, say show me. Because your brain will ascertain it better with her or him showing you. So that's a dope skill to learn when you first leaving a country. Always say, show me. I don't care if it's the waiter at the restaurant. Show me. Way. You got to let your pride, all of that stuff that you built up in the States when you leave the country, you got to let it go. It's a learning lesson, but you also got to be on the safety. Because when they show you at a restaurant, when you go out on the street and there's somebody say the same thing, it'll be the same result. So it'll be the same exact result. So going out the country the first time, man, is nerve-wracking. It is. Bro, it is for some people. I say, you know what I was mainly more built up anxiety with? The long plane ride. And I know y'all know that who traveled your first time. When you going somewhere far, bro, you're like, because usually it take you 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get somewhere. But when you have to be on a plane for 9 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, when you go into different airports and you're traveling for 36 hours, that right there builds up some anxiety. Because you're like, damn, I got to go in the air again, damn. So the long flight going to Brazil the first time ever leaving the country was crazy. Because it was the flight. It wasn't anything else. It wasn't any hell. I told Leia to stay her ass in the car, and she got out and wanted to meet me inside the airport. And I'm like, stay in this car. And she wouldn't listen. So, and I wasn't even, there was no anxiety about that. She was like, you chilling. She was like, you act like you've been here before. Yeah. Yeah, because when it's something you want to do, when it's in your system, when you want to do it badly, and when you finally get it, now you get to rest in it. And that's what most beginning travelers to, whether they're going to their first country first time or leaving the United States, period, or their country in the UK. Like if they leave in the UK for the first time and they got like roots in Africa or something like that, they're going to build up a nervousness if they leave in UK for the first time. It's just going to happen. So, so those are ways to do it. Nobody saying anything really. So, but like those are the things to do it, and those make your trips and travel better. And I told you all, I wrote a book talking about first time, and I told you all what to do with your passports, because many of these places aren't going to do it for you. Here's a tip. It's already in one of my books, so it's out there. But here's a tip. I always tell you people, before you go to a country for the first time, or before you're leaving the country, or period, because it'll become normal to you. Get a copy of your passport and laminate the bastard. Laminate it. Get 2 copies laminated. Get color copies, no black and white, no. Go to Office Depot, Kinko's, if they still got those. Go all of the Office Max. Go get some copies, man, and laminate that joint. That'll relieve a lot of stress also. And take the copy out. Don't ever take your real joint out. I don't care who get mad at you. Take that copy. Because if they get you out there and pickpocket you, stick that rusty tool to you, or a knife or something, hey, take it. You can have it. You can have it. It's cool. Have a chump change on you. In a certain pocket, have chump change. Always have chump change. So never have your other bills stored somewhere else, but have chump change. That's a tip on safety. But yeah, so I don't know. So again, that was the only nervous thing for me when I was on the plane, but that was about it. That was about it. After that, I was like, whatever happens, gonna happen. And that's what I'm telling a lot of dudes to do. If you done covered all grounds, just say whatever happened, when you know what I noticed, y'all? That's a master lesson or teaching tool for somebody to have. Whatever's going to happen is because you know you covered all bases. You know you covered your security, you know you covered your credit cards, you got more than one, or you got people going with you. So if you do run into a hardship, somebody steal all your stuff, somebody's there to cash you out until you get back to the States, or something like that. You know for a fact that you got all grounds covered. You got all of them covered. After that, in the book, I broke it down. I said, yo, compartmentalize everything. Compartmentalize everything. So put everything in compartments, right? And when you do that, when you put everything in compartments, what'll happen is you know where everything is. So your electronics should be in this pouch. Your extra passports and your actual passports will be in this pouch. If it's not on you, I say keep it. Y'all gotta buy some pants that got them secure areas in them. But so you'll do that. Every time I come out here and talk, one of those always pass. But compartmentalize. So I tell you in the book what to do. The Art of Safety, International Travels on Amazon if you want it. And what I tell cats to do, I said people, period. I tell people, I say put everything in compartments. And know what those compartments are and practice it. When you're in the airport, You should know where those compartments are. You got to get a charger. You know exactly where it is, right? So I'm walking down the street now. You know it's burning hot. Remember when that lady walked up to me? If y'all know my old channel, y'all know about the lady walking up to me, and y'all know what happened in that interaction. If you haven't been rocking with me that long, you ain't gonna know the story fully. But let me just tell the basis of it. So before she came, I'm walking down. I couldn't check into the hotel once again because y'all know I rock out with the hotel. Airbnb half of the time or the beginning of the time. I like to switch it up, right? And I make people think I'm staying somewhere the whole time. That way, if somebody try to roll up on me, because I always promote a certain hotel, they don't know I'm going to be there. I did Best Western last year. I did Ibis or Ibis, whatever one that is. I did that one. So I just switch it up because I know how the internet is, right? When somebody don't like you, somebody's hating on you, or somebody don't want to tell you that they're coming to that certain country, but they know you're going, they're going to try to sneak there. So you just got to be, you guys got to be watchful for all these dudes who doing some. But other than that, so I'm on the beach, I'm walking. My battery is dying. I know I had the charger. I know I had the actual charger, and I know I had the cable for the charger to plug up to my phone. So I'm walking. Everybody's looking at me at this point. I'm 6'7" walking down the beach. People gonna notice you. They gonna know you're tall, either Brazilian or they gonna think you're a tall gringo, depending on how you dress, right? If you got Jordans on, standing out, a fresh jersey on, like even if it's their soccer jersey, if you got a fresh one on to it's fresh to the T, you got glasses or shades on, they're gonna know you're not from there. They can tell. Let me tell you another trick. And here I go, I'm giving out more information. The trick is to buy their shades that they sell you on the beach. Let me repeat. Leave your Dolce & Gabbana, leave all your expensive shades at the crib. Leave them. Don't bring them. I don't know. They can tell which one is fake Ray-Bans, which one is real. Don't care. I don't care if you're going to be on camera. The trick is when you going out to these places and you know these places sell shades, have an extra $10 or 10 of their money or 5 of their money. If you can strike a deal and your guard dog can talk to them or whatever like that, or if you with a person, ladies, if you got your uncles or brothers or somebody or family or whoever's in that country that you know, friend, you could get them to do it if they're local, right? But with that being said, always have that money. Buy shades from those guys on the beach. So when people see you with those on, they already know you bought it from one of those them people. And they know those are not real. They know those are not real. See, when you have on something like these and you walk down the beach, you see this? When you have these on, they're gonna look at the name, they're gonna look up and down the shades. Oh, these are not. Now I got my other ones on that's big as bus lanes, but I love to wear those. But those are worn and old now. I've been wearing them for years. So I got to get a new pair so they don't look as new as they once were. But what I do is I buy the Ray-Bans. And I know even buy the ones that look like it peeled off. So people know that those are fake. If you got to buy a jersey off that street, right? Buy a jersey. People gonna know it's not to fit in with the locals. So I'm saying that's if you've got a nervous itch about you, you can just buy something out there. If you got extra money and you was about to pay $90 for a jersey, you could get about 19 jerseys out there for $90. So that's what I'm saying to you. But so I'm reaching in my bag. It's a hot day. Everybody's like this. It was the non-tourist, so it was the off season. So I know they scrounging for money or those beach areas trying to sell something. The hustle dudes. So next thing I don't know where I had to go in the compartment and grab something. So what I did was I would hurry up, reached in my bag, and was able to pull out the charger and the cable without even budging. In less than 10 seconds, I was able to grab everything, pull it out, and go. But that's the benefit. Those are the benefits of knowing where every compartment is, knowing what's in each section, and knowing that if somebody go in this area, there's nothing in there. Like, how you walk in, you're not paying attention, you're probably doing something, and somebody's slowly creeping open your bag and digging in the back of it. Well, they ain't gonna get nothing because you purposely don't have anything in those areas that's quickly accessible to a thief. But those are the things to do. So certain compartments, certain ways you gotta adjust your bags, so you know for a fact that. So, so that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it, so you could feel good about yourselves. Because I'm hearing so much about some pickpocketing thing, and I'm like, in a DR, people keep talking about that. They say, yo, do you see how many, yo, this chick got me. Yo, I'm hearing so many gun pulling out incidences in Colombia. Man, you know we in all of these countries. So the word is going to get around. So, so you got so many cases, so many things happening, but you got to prep yourself. So if you're going there for the first time, you don't be a victim of that. You can be quick on the draw, and you could be already be like listening to people like myself and others who tell you about that. Solo Traveler ORD told y'all about the egg joint that they be doing. If you rent a car in these other countries, they throw eggs on you, hoping that you stop so they can get you. So don't turn on the wipers, don't turn on no white windshield fluid or nothing. Just keep driving. And when you see a cop car, you see a cop standing by that, pull over. So that's how you do it. That's how you maneuver, and watch who's following you or telling you. So you could forever remember that car. That's if you're going to rent a car in these other countries. He did a video on that. So good video about safety. So that'll absolve you. So the most nervousness you got, if you never mess with a foreign woman, a lot of guys are gonna be nervous about that. They're gonna be nervous, all the stuff they done heard. I'll say don't be nervous. Ladies gonna be more nervous about their safety in these other countries. But again, that's why it's good to just pay somebody. Like you got a tour company, pay the tour company. Invest in your experience out in these countries. I'm gonna always say that. Don't try to hoard all the money to yourself. You crack me up how you guys hoard money and then come back and spend frivolously in America on clothes that you don't need. You got 90 pairs of shoes and you only got 2 feet. You got a pair of feet, but you got 90 shoes. That's weird to me. But when you go over these other countries, you penny pinch. Hilarious. But you come here and spend frivolously. That's why they love people like you. Because y'all do the backwards thing. Go out there and pay money for these tours. Go. Because you know for a fact that they know what's the ins and outs of their own country and their locals, and they know how people get down out there. So that, again, for you new timers, that don't depend on nobody. Go do a tour. Save up some extra money so you could go do a tour. You don't need the help of nobody to show you anything. Say, yo, man, I'm about to be out. I'm about to do this tour. That's what you need to do. Loki says 6, yes, Jonas. Like the new name, Travel Doctor. Yeah, man. That's the new name. So new people who gonna learn this channel they're gonna call me that. But you guys are gonna call me by my name. But they'll call me by Travel Doctrine. So that's the thing that we want to get, man. Anybody got anything to ask, hit me up. Y'all want to talk about something, hit up the, because I'm about to get off here. What time is it? Yeah, I've been up here for 44 minutes. Gave y'all some information that I wanted to give y'all. We gone.